Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on, pretty much, so this is going to be a story time. But overall, I wanted to talk on how recently I had got my first blister on my foot. Well, more so my pinky toe. And it was the worst possible thing to happen to me, especially when I had ordered me a new pair of shoes and I could barely even wear the shoes because it was just mad uncomfortable. But man, like last week, I'm telling you, it was the worst for me. All right. So anyways, how did I acquire this blister? How did it all come about? What happened? What did you put your feet through, all right, to give yourself a blister? And it's weird because, and I don't know. There might be some people out there that's like this. I feel like I should maybe look this question up just to make sure I wasn't the only one. But no, actually, you know what? No, there are people out there where they kind of have like with me, it's not so bad. But where there's other people, they have a foot bigger than the other one. I wouldn't necessarily say that my foot is bigger than the other one. It's just that there's on one foot there's like a little bit more extra meat in the back than the other one. So like on my left foot it's like thick looking, but then on my right foot it's slim in the back, which is weird. And I don't know why it's like that, but I had took notice of that, and it's super weird. Like holding my feet together, it doesn't, I'm trying to think, like, cause I wish like I could just like, they don't look bigger than the other one. Like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like one is a little bit thicker than the other one. I'll say that much. But anyways, it ain't like a big difference. Like I can wear, a size, so the thing is this, I can wear, a size 10 shoe, no problem. One foot doesn't feel like all loose and wiggly and wobbly and stuff. Like I had to say, like, it's a very, very slight, like it ain't even like that 0.5 that like that very next shoe. Like no, my foot is like a 0.01. Like it's not okay. Like now looking, all right, it doesn't, it don't look that big. All right, anyways, moving on. So. But, all right, so getting back onto the blister stuff. So, because I was like, I got carried away. I got to looking at my feet, and I'm like, maybe one foot is bigger than that. But it's like slightly. It ain't like a big major difference. But so anyways, it doesn't cause me like any feet problems or any of that stuff. Like I can run, jog, like I've been a runner my whole life. Like it's just never been something that has bothered me. And I ain't really start noticing it until maybe, some years ago. Like it wasn't too long ago. It was maybe like three years ago, maybe. I don't know. I have to get a recap of my life or something and then just try to figure it out. But anyways, so I feel like that ain't had nothing to do with my like blister and stuff. Okay, now let's get to the blister stuff. All right. So anyways, so I had bought, there's these Tims that I had bought not too long ago. I bought me some Tims because I knew the winter was going to get pretty bad, right? So anyways, bought these Tims, and I put insoles in them because it did feel like a little spacey. Even getting a size 9, they felt spacey. And I'm like, bruh, the fact that I could have went like 1.5, a size and a half down to 8.5, and overall, like, it probably would have had, like, more of a snug fit. Like, it probably would have been okay. But no, I ended up getting a size 9. A size 9, it does feel a little spacey, but, like, not, like, a big major difference. I'm like, bro, why did they come out with, like, some old weird sizing of Tims? Like, I went ahead and I remember I had me a size 10. And them shoes were way too big. Like I'll never forget. I remember I was wearing them one year when it was when I was working in Seattle, and walking in them, I'm like, bruh, like it feels like I should be wearing my dad's shoes like when I was a kid or something. I feel like every kid does that. You try on your parents' shoes and stuff, and that's how a size 10 felt. So I had to go down a whole size and getting a 9. And yeah, it was okay. It was all right. I just like a little. It wasn't like a big difference. It wasn't a significant difference between the size 10 and the 9 and stuff, but it still felt a little spacey. I could have overall gotten a 8.5, and it probably would have felt fine and stuff. So, but anyways, so I had so it just recently last week it had snowed. And every time when it snows, I like going out there, walking around, seeing what the snow looks like and all that stuff. So yeah, it was just like pouring, snowing and stuff. And I'm like, fam, I gotta go outside and enjoy that. Like, I don't know why, but I love walking when it snows outside. Like, when it's snowing, I'm like, it's peaceful. I'm listening to music. I'm just chilling, relaxing. Like, you can't bring me away from it, all right? So anyways, so I wear the Tims, but there's these insoles that I had bought, for what shoes did I buy? I think I had bought them for my Vans. There's these Vans that I have, and I think I've talked on those before, like the comfort level in Vans, because it feels like you're walking just on pure concrete. Like the rubber outsole of Vans, it must be like paper thin, bro. Like, no, Vans is a super thin shoe. Like, it's weird. But so anyways, I remember I took them out. I was just kind of like switching through a bunch of different shoes and seeing like, okay, what of these insoles like feel more comfortable in, right? So I switched, so I took them out, put them in the Tims, went out walking. I felt fine when I was walking. I kid you not. Like, I could have probably walked a little bit longer, but I probably would have even messed my feet up even more, to where if I went on like this, because there's at times where I like to jog 5 miles. If I would have walked 5 miles, bruh, it would have been a situation. It definitely would have been a situation. So anyways, did a 3-mile walk and came back home. I felt fine, and I guess maybe it was just because my adrenaline was just, rushing and pumping and all that stuff, whereas like, you don't really feel like no feet pain, right? So anyways, kind of just, sitting down, relaxing, and I think it was either I had brushed up against my toe, or I just overall started feeling my toe more than I usually should be feeling it, alright? Like, yeah, you should always feel your toe at all costs, because, you don't want no, like, if you don't feel your toes, then something's going on. But I'm like, there was something a little extra going on with this pinky toe, right? So I take my sock off, I have this fat blister literally covering, like, not where it stopped off, like right underneath the nail, but it was just this fat blister just sitting right on the side of my pinky toe. And it was about like, yeah, it was about the length of the toe except the nail, alright? So just no nail, just straight toe, right? And I was like, bruh, that's a blister. I'm like, I've never, and this was my first time ever in life ever having a blister. I've never had a blister, because no, they say the number one way of getting a blister is by wearing like something that's compressing your feet. Like if you're, cause no, if you watch there's this Chicago Bulls documentary that came out a while back called The Last Dance. And there's a part in there where Michael Jordan, he talks about how I think it was his last game, or it was one of his last few games. But anyways, he wore an original pair of Air Jordan 1s, right? So you would think this man is not going to have an issue in his own signature shoe. No way possible. You can't convince me otherwise. This man wore these shoes for a whole season. How could these shoes fail him? Well, they did, because they were one size too small. And I'm like, bro, I remember the time where I think there was a couple of times, no, I think it was with Air Jordan 11s, I think, and I tried on a 9, and then I remember it was with these Air Jordan 1s, it was like these like Zoom, it was like these reflective Air Jordan 1s, but anyways, so I tried, they were a 9.5, right? The Air Jordan 1s, could not wear them. I wore them outside once, and I'm like, bruh, these shoes are going to tear my feet apart. I can't wear these shoes no more. It is hurting, bro. So, ended up giving them those shoes to, I'm pretty sure you guys remember the one YouTube group that I was reacting to a lot, 4 Souls. So, Zach, that was a part of that group. So, they had like 4 Souls, they had some cousins where they, I think there was like because there was two sets of cousins. There was the one cousins they did because they were like their shoes was old, and they ain't really like have no other other shoes. Cause I mean shoes are expensive, so I'm like, okay, well I got like a gang of shoes. I'm like, their cousins can have them. So I remember, I think it was that first time, I was like, okay, like there's this box. I was like, yeah, Zach, he can have that because I'm pretty sure he can fit these and stuff. So. But yeah, I was like, I went ahead, gave them. I think I've given their cousins. They should be set for a while. I'm like, they got a gang of shoes. But anyways, so yeah, I went ahead and gave those shoes away because I was like, I can't wear a 9.5. So I can only imagine what Jordan, how he felt wearing. It wasn't half a size. It was one whole size smaller than what his go-to size is. So like, let's say if his size is a 10, my size, he was wearing a 9, okay? I was just only wearing a 9.5, and that was uncomfortable for me. I can only imagine you're playing 4 quarters, okay? 4 quarters, all right? Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 whole quarters, okay, of basketball, and you're playing in a shoe that's a size smaller than your go-to size, bruh. I can't. No. So he ended up saying what his feet were looking like, right? His feet covered in blisters. Covered in blisters, bro. And I know people will probably be all like, well, how does a shoe do that? How does a shoe? I'm telling you guys, you either need to go true to size or go half a size up. Unless them shoes run small, then okay. But there are some shoes out there that run small, but overall it's not a lot. Like, it's probably been rare occasions where I've had to buy a shoe because they run small. And the funny thing is no, there's these one shoes that I got. It was these Air Jordan 11 Comforts, right? And I remember I bought it was like, so I bought one colorway and it was a 9.5, felt fine. And then I remember I wanted to exchange them. So there's like a story within the story. I think I've told this story before, but it was right after I had got my second vaccination shot. I should be at home asleep, right? I should be at home resting because I didn't got this shot, and I'm like, my body, it was a little woozy, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, bruh, I want to go exchange these shoes. I exchanged these shoes, okay, while I had the COVID vaccination running through my system, making me feel like a zombie, bro. No, still went up to the mall. Was like, okay, I should be fine because I'm like, okay, I just, I should be at home resting. But I was like, no, I ended up getting a 10, right? In the Air Jordan 11 Comforts. They felt fine. So even if there is a shoe out there that does run small, like, you still could go with your go-to size. Well, no, I think it's when they run big. If they run big, like, either way, like, all right, so if a shoe runs small, then it's like, keep trying them on until you find a shoe that feels perfect for you. Now, it may take a little bit longer, but like, wear them around the store if you need to, all that stuff. But if a pair of shoes, if they run big, I think that's what it was with the Air Jordan. I always get that confused. I don't know why, but they ran big. So, there was like, so it's recommended to go half a size down. But me, I was all like, I did, and then I got like a 10, and they still felt fine. So my thing is this. It's, if a shoe feels spacey, that's fine. That's chill. You could get you an extra pair of socks, or you could get you, like, if it ain't too spacey, if it's like really spacey, like they feel like some Timbs, you can go, because I think that was something I remember my dad told me when I was younger, get like some newspaper, and they don't have no newspaper. So the next best thing, in my opinion, to get if you're having some shoes and they're too big for you, get some baby socks. Go, like, well, I know people gonna be like, oh, there's a shortage in baby socks, and then my baby's feet can't see, that's what I'm like, dang, bruh. I've been talking on that for a while, and I just realized, I'm like, all right, so I'm like, what can you, I'm trying to think, what's like an alternate thing for, like, all right, but just, you could get something to that extent to where you can, like, push it in the toe area, and then, you can fit in them. But it's like, if you get a shoe that's too small, bruh. So yeah, Jordan, he said his foot was covered in blisters. He took the shoe off. His, like, he said he took his sock off. Sock was just, like, drenched in blood and stuff. And yeah, I'm like, bruh, and when I got to looking at my blister, it had me so scared and worried, because I'm like, bro, if this blister pops, what if I gotta lose my pinky toe, bruh? I'm like, nah, man, I can't go through life 9 toes down. I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta be 10 toes down. Nah, I can't do that. No, I can't. So I made sure I was was extra careful with that foot, right? So anyways, so I think it was so it was that night I started looking up. I'm like, okay, how can a regular band-aid help with a blister? I'm like, what can overall help with a blister? Because I need to know. And then, there was this store up the street where they had, like, some blister Band-Aids and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so but see, that's the thing, though. And that's where I just kind of want to talk on my toe size real quick. Because I'm like, my toes, I didn't realize how long my toes were. I'm like, I'm going to talk on that real quick. But anyways, so there's these, like, blister Band-Aids that I guess, like, most people, if they are going to get a blister, is usually going to be in the back of their foot, right? With a lot of shoes that I buy, they have like a lot of padding in them. So that's why I'm like, maybe it's like dress shoes or some like paper thin shoes or something. I can see that messing up the back of your foot. But no, I'm like a lot of my shoes, even Air Jordan 1s, there's these Shaq shoes that I have, Air Forces, like a lot of different shoes. I had the Air Jordan 11s. There's a lot of different shoes that I have where they're very padded up and stuff, so I don't have to worry about them overall like messing up the back. But so anyway, so I saw that and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and see what that's all about. So anyways, walking up to the store because it's right down the street. Walking up to the store, I'm worried because I'm like, bruh, like my toe is hurting, and I'm like, I will really hate to just feel like my toe like pop. And then I look down and I'm like, I look at my, like, if it starts going through my shoe and I just start bleeding and I'm like, bruh, I don't want, because for one, I don't want to mess up my shoes. So I'm trying to think, what shoes did I wear? Did I wear some Vans? I think I wore some Vans because I was like, did I wear Vans? What shoes did I wear? Honestly, I think I did wear some Vans. Overall, I think I did wear some shoes I didn't really care too much about because I was like, okay, if these mess... No, I think it was some Air Jordan 1s because I was like, all right, so it ain't going to seep through because it got like that leather and stuff on top, so it ain't going to like mess them up or anything. So anyways, just overall was wearing some shoes, but they were hurting my toe. So I was like, when I got into the store, I was kind of like sitting there waiting because I'm like, okay, I don't want like my toe to like, let me kind of give my toe a break a little bit and things. So anyways, kind of sitting in there looking through the Band-Aids. And then eventually, I saw the blister Band-Aid, so I ended up going back home. And I'm sitting here thinking like, bro, what if this Band-Aid, because this is meant for the back of your foot, right? So I'm like, what if this Band-Aid is too big for my toe? Like, it's my pinky toe, bro. My pinky toe is the smallest toe. Like, that's the smallest one in the family. I'm saying, like, this ain't gonna work, all right? So anyways... Oh, and by the way, like, I forgot to even mention that this is all on the smaller foot. So I know a lot of people was probably thinking, like, I was going off about, like, one foot being bigger than the other. No, this is on the smaller foot. So that's where I'm like, and on the big foot, no, I was perfectly fine on the big foot. The small foot, for some reason, he just wanted to act different, all right? So, anyways, so I go, I come home. I get the blister Band-Aid and I'm looking at it and I'm looking at my toe and I'm like trying to, do some like imaginary measurements and stuff. The Band-Aid fit. The big Band-Aid, okay, it wrapped and there was still space on the top of my toe. My nail was not covered. It wrapped around like the lower half of the nail part of the toe. It wrapped around the toe, bruh. And I'm thinking in my head, like, bro, I got some long toes, man. Like, nah, that's not right. I don't like that at all. It's not even like my toes. You know what? On second thought, like, no, my toes are actually pretty long. Because I could just, like, show you guys, like, where the, like, line point is at. Like, where, like, the foot knuckle is at. And yeah, bro, like I just realized, like, I got, like, I won't necessarily say I got, like, more toe than foot, but yeah, it's almost there and stuff. Like, yeah, just maybe a little bit. Like, if I was like maybe a 13 or a 14, it definitely would have been like half foot, half toe. Like, I just realized I got some long toes, bro, and I'm like, man, it shouldn't even be like that. But anyways, but yeah, I put the Band-Aid on there. Then I remember I had got like this tape wrap stuff. Like, I don't even know why I had got that. I was like, I could have just lived with the Band-Aid, but I ended up putting that on there and it just left my foot feeling like super weird. So I ended up taking the bandage off and then just left the Band-Aid there. And I think I replaced the Band-Aid like once more. And then yeah, after that I was feeling fine. Blister eventually went away and stuff, but yeah, it was pretty crazy looking, like, you know, seeing my foot blister up, because like I said, I ain't never gotten a blister before in my life, so it's like seeing that, I was like, oh nah, this is crazy. So word of advice, people, make sure, okay, if you got you a pair of shoes, they are already small, don't put no insoles in them, alright? If you can stuff the toe area, do that, alright? But if it's feeling a little bit too tight, take that mess out. Never buy shoes that are too small for your feet, okay? And get you some shoes with some padding inside. So yeah, like Air Jordans, what are some other shoes? There's these Shack Attack shoes, they got like a lot of padding in it and stuff. So, yeah, you know, Air Jordan 1s, the Shack Attacks, Air Forces. There's a lot of different shoes out there where they got a lot of different padding in the inside, so check that. And then also make sure, you know, whatever your true to size is, then, yeah, go to it and stuff. Go with it. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Also, something's going on with SeatGeek. I would usually do the SeatGeek promo at the end, but nah, something's going on with their website, so I don't know, bruh. I'm gonna wait on it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.